Hello, this is Shinru. In this video, we are going to take a look at question 1423, maximum points you can obtain from cards. This is a question that appeared in weekly contest 186. And I didn't solve this question because I thought I have to use dynamic programming to solve it, but then I found out, then I looked into other people's solutions, and I find out what I need to do is just the exhaustive algorithm. So what I need to do is just using exhaustive method. So I have to calculate every possible sum and then compare them and get the maximum one. And how to get it is that so the so the biggest obstacle I was facing when I was trying to solve this problem is that I just realized because you can only get one number. So imagine there's a very big number. For example, here, if there's a very big number like 31, and if you want to get this 31, you have to get some small numbers like 1 and 2. And how can you so at first I thought I can solve it using a greedy algorithm, so always pick the biggest one, but then I realized it won't work, because sometimes to get the big number, so for example in this case to get 31, you have to go through 1 and 2. So I thought maybe I have to do dynamic programming. But there's another way that I can solve it. That's exhaustive method. And to do that, first what we can do is we can just because we already know the k, so we know the numbers we're going to take. So we can first just get the numbers from only one side. Then after we get the numbers, then we start to replace the numbers. So for example, if we first get the number from the right side, then we start to replace the numbers on the right side using the left side numbers. Then we go through k times until we reach the point that we exhausted all the possible sums that we can get. So so now let's get into coding. It's quite easy to implement than I thought, actually. So here what I need is two variables. And so first variable is my result, and the result will constantly updating itself. So eventually the result I get will be the biggest one, but right now I will assign the result a number that is the sum of the right side of the numbers. So result equals card points dot slice. So what I will do is first get those numbers. So I use the slice, and so do card points dot length minus k to card points dot length. And then what I need to do is I need to add every numbers together. So what I can use is a reduce function, and inside reduce function I'm given a and b and a plus b. So it will add all those numbers, so I get the sum of the right side of numbers. And I also need a current sum, because I need a variable that can store the current sum when I was going through the replacing process. So what I need to get is current sum, and at the moment the current sum will be the same as the result, and it will start replacing. Now we go to the replacing process. what I need to do is create a for loop, and in this for loop I create two variables. So first variable is I is equals to 0 because that's the number, and so the I index will increment, and I will choose the numbers on the left side to replace the right side numbers with those numbers. So, and then I give it a j. J will be the left side of the right side numbers. So it will be card points length minus k. And what I also need to do is specify a condition this for loop will continue. So the condition should be I will do this k times, therefore the k will constantly minus 1. Therefore the k should be bigger than 0 in this case. And then what I will do is I will put I plus plus and j plus plus. Now the thing is k minus minus. So it so this entire process will happen k times, and that will be enough for us to get all the possible numbers we want. So what I need to do is I need to update my current sum. So current sum will be plus the replace the number. So the replace the number. So will be the number I use to replace the number minus the replaced number. So the number I will use will be card points of I and minus card points of j. That will be my current sum. Then what I need to do is update my result variable. Always make it the biggest. So current sum. And after that, I can just return my results. So the most important thing, the most important point to solve this question is that you have to know that you can use exhaustive method sometimes. It's not always bad, especially in this case. I tried to convert this question to a dynamic programming question, but I failed. And in this case, actually, you can go through all the possible solutions, all the possible sums you want, because it's not much case, and there's a pattern that you can replace the number on one side and exhaust all the possible numbers